Hello everyone, this is Balkrishna and today we are going to understand the design for manufacturing or DFM guidelines for the plastic part design. So for plastic part, we are using the injection molding process to manufacture, and if we are ignoring the DFM guidelines, it leads to create the defects in the plastic parts like a sink mark, warpage, or part will fail, part is not going to eject. So this type of defects are happening if we are not following the DFM guidelines. So in the DFM guidelines, rule number one is to maintain the uniform wall thickness. So let's suppose this is a plastic part. So when we are designing this plastic part, we are maintaining the uniform wall thickness. Let's suppose this part having a 2.5 mm thickness requirement. So when we are offsetting the surfaces, we are offsetting uniformly, and then we are maintaining the proper uniform wall thickness. So anywhere if I am checking the same part thickness we can get, and it leads to help us to avoid the plastic defects like sink mark, warpage we can avoid. Then in the rule number two, we are providing the proper draft angle. So every part having a different draft angle value depend on their graining structure. So proper draft value like 0.5 degree, 3 degree, 5 degree, 7 degree, 9 degree depend on the requirement. So it leads to help to eject the part easily from the mold. Then rule number three is avoid sharp corners. So on the class A surface of the automotive plastic part, we are not keeping any sharp edges, because if we are keeping the sharp edges, then part can stuck into the mold due to the stress concentration, and also from the safety point of view, we are keeping minimum 3.2 mm radius onto the class A surface. Then rule number four is we are designing the B-side features. So that time we are using the proper functional dimensions. Functional dimensions means any feature we are designing, how much thickness, how much width we can keep. We are keeping the coring to avoid the sink mark issue. So when we are designing the B-side features, we need to follow the proper functional dimension. We should know all the proper functional dimension of each and every feature. And rule number five is we are creating the tooling direction for the part. When we are creating the tooling direction for the part, we are creating the tooling direction early stage. Means when we are receiving the classes surface, that time only we are creating the tooling direction, and that tooling direction help us to predict the undercuts. So any undercuts are coming onto the classes surface, we can eliminate at the first stage before processing the design. So these type of guidelines, or there are many more DFM rules also, that also we are using to avoid the issues into the plastic part design.